So we didn't expect him to get through the last month at all. The fact that he's got through it and he's still positive, he goes for walks every day out of his own back, so I don't force him or encourage him to do anything. He has free roam and choice, but every day he's going to the gate asking for a walk, so he's been going out every day and he's quite happy. I think having the scarf around his back legs have helped supported him and given him a bit of confidence, so now he's more positive than what he was. But the truth is, every day's a blessing with Tyson. But as long as he's happy, we're going to keep going, and he seems to be quite pleased in himself most of the time. But you are relentless. Relentless fox. Oh, he does. So Tyson is infatuated by horses, to the point he'll just run up to them, sit in front of them and watch them, and he's in awe, complete awe. And as his parent, I'm super proud to see that. It's fascinating. But they've always been good with animals, both of my huskies. They're good with all people, babies, adults, absolutely anything. Yuki, I've never had a single issue with her entire life. She's always been perfect as a dog with everything. She doesn't attack anything. She's always been happy-go-lucky. With Tyson, exactly the same, but unfortunately when he was around 4 or 5 years old, he started getting attacked by a few dogs, and the first couple of times he was scared of them, and you can see he became timid after the first 2 attacks, but the third attack he bit back and he actually caused damage to the dog, and from that moment on he learned that his own strength, and he started becoming not aggressive but protective. So any dogs that run up to him, he'll bark at them, but once he smells them and sniffs them and knows they're no threat, he's absolutely perfect. So yeah, I'm based in Essex in the UK. What about yourselves? Lancashire. Cool. I've never visited Lancashire. And Gloucester for Deborah. So this is where I feel like a really dumbass. But are we talking Midlands for Gloucester? No, Midwest, I believe, for Gloucester. And Lancashire is just above the Midlands. Am I right in saying that? And Essex is southeast. Southwest. So I've been to Cheltenham. I used to work in Cheltenham once a month, so I visited down there. And Bristol. Oh, cool. So I was one of these people. I only ever travelled. So every time I had a holiday, I'd always go abroad. And then during COVID, when we were allowed to go around, that's the first time I started travelling around the UK. Yeah, so 15-20 minutes away. Yeah, I used to stay once a month for 3-4 days in a row. And it's a 3.5 hour drive from where I am now. But that would be in I always travelled during the night, just so I didn't touch any traffic. But essentially, I've forgot who I asked earlier. Is a Foxy sleeping? It will sleep here now until Yuki gets up. So you guys make a call. I'm happy to give it another bit of chicken. Do you want me to feed Foxy? It's been very patient, hasn't it? Let's do some chicken then. So I'm gonna go prep it. I know Foxy's gonna come and annoy us in a little bit, and he'll probably annoy Tyson, so I'm gonna put the phone here. I know Foxy's gonna come and annoy us in a little bit, and he'll probably annoy Tyson, so I'm gonna put the phone here. And you might be able to sit a little bit, and he'll probably annoy Tyson, so I'm gonna put the phone here. And you might be able to assist as a apology. You should be able to say it while I go get some beer. And you might be able to assist as a apology. You should be able to say it while I go get some beer. Thanks for waiting. As you can see, he knows what's coming, right? Gonna go over here though, mate. Come on. Come in. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna walk over there to the end of the pool, just because that's where I like to feed them. Yeah, it did run up for the chicken, but I don't want to feed it by Tyson because it, like I said, it intimidates Tyson. So I'm going to walk up to the end of the pool. I'm more than likely going to lose connection, so I'll wait until you guys see. But can someone just like post a message just saying you can see the fox in front of me, or you can see that I'm standing there, yeah? The Foxy's gonna come follow, so apologies if it does buffer out again. Hey. So I'm standing by the end of the pool now. If you can see, just let us know. If you can't, then I'll wait for the buffering to catch up on itself. It's not the best light though, is it? Hey. You can see now, so... Yeah, Foxy. Do you want better light? Let's do the other side. Let's do the other side. Hey, they want to see you eat, mate. I hope after all this, he does actually... Can you see now, by the way, guys? So, can you see the fox standing in front of me? And you can see it standing by like a little drain cover, I'd say. Cool. So, chicken down. And I'll take a few steps back. Hopefully, I
was hoping it would eat it right in front of us, but it's decided to run off with it. Okay, so that means one thing. So, sorry guys. So just want to make some rustling noise. So, essentially, I did give the fox a chicken leg, and I don't know if you saw, but it ran off and it went through the side of the garden. And what that means is it's taken it to its nest. So bear with us 2 seconds, sorry, and I'll explain it again. So, at the start of the night, the fox will eat in the garden. So, I've basically been reading up on it. And the fox will feed itself first. And then after, it will start taking bits back to its nest and feed its young'un. And it's been in my garden for about 2 hours now. It's already had probably 3 or 4 drumsticks earlier in the night. And I think it's full for itself, and obviously now it's going to start taking food back. Yeah, I think it's spring is generally the nesting season, so I believe it is feeding its babies. We definitely have 2 foxes that come into our garden, a male and a female. And the female, I think it's the female that you saw, she's the one that's always here. And then the male one will come for a minute at a time, come steal some food and then run away. But I do think they take food back to the nest for the babies. But I have got, obviously over the last month I've been watching this every day. I've got so much footage of this now, and it is quite funny watching. I haven't posted hardly any of it, otherwise my channel would just be foxes and huskies. And thank you guys for sticking on watching it. Not many people seem to be interested in it as much. Yeah, I think so, Deborah. I think the babies will start coming as well. So I've seen it with the magpies. So I've been on TikTok for just over a year now, on my very first video. So I'm just going to grab my drink. My very first video was a magpie coming up to UK on this patio and stealing her food. And it inspired me to create an account to post it. And that very first video, it was quite sketchy, and you can see it was wary of Yuki. And then over the weeks I started seeing it build more confidence, to the point that now, we saw it also mate. So we then from 1 magpie went to 2 magpies, then from 2 magpies we went to 4 magpies, and now from 4 magpies we've gone to 6. And that's happened over the last year, and it's now nesting season now. And we're starting to see the magpies appear daily as well, taking Tyson's food. So they never used to touch Tyson's food, only Yuki's, and a big part of that is because Tyson would defend it and he ate most of his food. But after his accident, now he stores food. The magpies have learnt to be brave with him as well. And I'll be posting a couple of videos over the next few days that I've been taking of them. But they are, yeah, it's been fascinating to watch. Hedgehogs, no, so rarely do I see them as well. So there's a shortage right in the UK, and I always used to walk my dogs in the evening, like late night. So they always had a daytime walk in the park. And then they'll have like, I'm talking 12 at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, I'll take them out just for an hour. I just enjoyed it. It was fresh air, you're by yourself, and it was was my safe place, calm place. And I only ever saw one hedgehog in my entire life doing that. And that was during COVID, when no one was going out. So, yeah, they are hard to see now. Thank you for the gifts, guys. It is appreciated. Not required, by the way. I just enjoy speaking to people that enjoy watching the same thing. So thank you all the same, though. It is appreciated. That wasn't a complaint, by the way. Like I say, I'm still getting used to all of this. Not confident in myself, that's why I don't show my face that often as well. Confident in these guys, that's why you always see them. So remind me of you guys, so how many, obviously you like your animals. What pets do you guys have again, please? Indeed, it does. And it has been crazy how much it does all cost, not gonna lie. I've just been lucky. I was in at the time of all this going on, I was in a reasonable position, but it is crazy how much I have to spend on them. So Yuki alone, so with her diabetes, injections alone and needles, I'm talking £500 a month, and then speciality foods and everything else. So she's close to about 800 a month, which is nuts in itself. And then Tyson, more recently, now he's on daily meds. He's on about 12 tablets a day, amongst other things. That's it. Sorry, Deborah, you have said that before. And an 80-year-old tortoise. Is it a Horsfield tortoise? That's right, isn't it? Horsfield, or is it a horseshoe tortoise? And I do love German Shepherds. So my wife had a German Shepherd. I also had one growing up as well. Good loyal dogs. He was inherited. How long have you had him for? I have said to my wife, I've always wanted a tortoise. I'm not just saying this now that you've mentioned it. I have in the past said about getting a tortoise. FOXES turned up again. I love it. My flies. I'm just watching the foxes and badgers. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a shame you can't have any pets. Frustrating, but at least you do get to enjoy seeing it all as well. So badgers, I used to see them when I was walking the dogs quite often. I say often, like once a month at least. But they just run. They're like bulldozers. They have no sense of direction. If they get spooked, they just run wherever they're facing. So I've had it a few times where they've run directly towards me and the dogs. And then they've realised that the dogs are there and run straight back. They like sausages, badgers like sausages, and mashed potatoes, right? Bangers and mash. They really smell. I remember the first time I saw a badger, because I was always told badgers bite. And I think any animal in any situation can bite. And I think the first time I ever saw a badger, I was quite young, and I was walking home, and it was dark, and all of a sudden I looked up and the badger started walking towards me. And I remember running behind the car and then hiding behind the car, waiting for the badger to go past. It never went past. I ended up climbing the car, thinking the badger was trying to get me. I was young and stupid. Not that I've improved on my intelligence. Get them on my badger before we had Rosie. Yeah.
So Rosie's your German Shepherd girl. So we have in the past. So now that the dogs are older, all the animals are coming up to them. In the past, though, we did find 2 dead badgers and 2 dead foxes over periods of their lives. Badgers like biscuits. I have to say we don't have any badgers here though. Well, I say that, I've not seen any. But a lot of people around where I live, they've all got pets. I think near enough everyone's got a dog. Cats, people have horses as well. So we have a few horses every day. But we definitely get all the birds. I've been seeing hawks over the past few weeks as well. Last year, just randomly, I was filming a robin in my garden and a hawk just flew down and killed it, bless it. I like a good robin. That's it, Bodger and Badger. A good old classic. Ooh. So what do you feed your tortoise? Is it just lettuce and vegetables and things like that? Yeah, so the foxes do go in other people's gardens. So I'm basically a bad person if I feed the foxes and bring them around the area, because, like I said, a lot of people have pets around here, and foxes. So going back to about 8 months ago, someone around here had a fox kill all of his chickens. So not everyone has chickens around here, but a couple of people do. And with foxes, they don't just kill for what they need to eat, they will kill for fun. So he literally killed every single one of his chickens. I think he had about 8, 9. So, yeah, they're frowned upon. But truth is, I know everyone's got an excuse right in life, but I do feel that my excuse is reasonable, because it's for the welfare of my dogs, as stupid and backwards as that sounds. Because like I said, with Yuki, she has to have the same diet every single day, the same structure. She's seizured in the past, and she's been diabetic for 3.5 years, and it's only been the last year that her routine and her levels have been perfect. Up until last year they weren't, and she seizured several times. And the reason why I think it's been better is because everything is consistent now, from food to injections to absolutely everything. So I don't want to change anything, and I need to make her eat the same amount. So I'm always giving her food, and she eats over a period of time. She doesn't eat it in one lump sum, and I can't force feed her. So and yeah, definitely, fox is definitely the most urbanised wildlife, we can say, I think. And they're definitely not scared of people anymore. So, where I used to live in Southend, so I'm from Southend-on-Sea, and I used to live near the high street, so I lived in a terraced house, a built-up town essentially, and all the animals are confident of people. Pigeons will go between your feet. Don't get me wrong, they're still wary and things will fly and run and flap and do all that, but they live amongst you. And foxes do as well. They'll happily walk past you in the road. Whereas since I moved here, because there's not loads of people, all the animals are actually the opposite. They're more nervous of people. So with this and the fox that we have now, like I said, the first 2 weeks that wasn't happening. It was running away. As soon as I opened the door to go outside, it just ran. And it's only through time it started to build its trust. And speaking of trust, it comes back. So, and as you can see, first thing it does is it's going to look for food. It's going to go annoy Tyson again. No. I don't think it's seconds, Deborah. I think it's like fourths or fifths. But surprisingly, Yuki hasn't actually moved away from her food yet. She normally does. She normally gets... So she has 8 chicken drumsticks every night. She normally eats about 4 or 5. And then she'll snooze for a couple of hours and finish the rest. But in between, she'll get up and move. And that's when the foxes have known it's the best time to go. I think she can smell them. You can see she's lifting her nose. But the thing is, I can't keep feeding it. It actually eats more than my dogs eat, which is crazy. So it's definitely feeding a nest. And through time, so I'm going to be a first-time parent in September. I've heard foxes aren't brilliant with babies, so through time I need to cast it out eventually. I won't be cruel or anything like that. You'll still get an occasional treat, but it won't be at the same level as what it's getting now. Thank you. It's going to be strange. So I'm 40. I'll be 41 when I first have my baby, so it's going to be interesting. No, I agree, but so it's one of those things that you can look at it from 2 ways, right? First way is people have done it we've taken over their environments and they're taken back. They're learning to adapt to ours. But the problem is, if I keep feeding it, it'll be fully reliant on me as source of food, and it will lose its ability, I guess, to be natural. And that's what I don't want to do. It still needs to go out and hunt and work its own life, because there's going to be times where I'm not going to be around and it's going to be reliant on me. So probably because there's going to be times where I'm not going to be around and it's going to be reliant on me. So apologies if in the long term that's not fair on the fox, because I'm not going to be here every day to feed it. I'm here every day at the moment because my huskies require it. And although I don't mind adopting you, mate, you have to learn to do your own thing as well. I'll never be cruel to them. Like I said, apart from the first few days, I never yelled at it through water or anything like that. I just shushed it. But that was it. And we've not done that for a while because we learned that's pointless, isn't it? Okay, Deborah, yeah, let her do her thing, and thank you for joining, and thank you for the gifts and likes, it is appreciated. Good night to you too, and hopefully